Let's talk about conversion rates. What's a good conversion rate for your Teachers Pay Teachers products? It's a bad conversion rate. And when should I consider a pricing adjustment? When should I think about raising my prices? When should I think about lowering my prices? We're going to answer all of that inside of this video today. Let's go ahead and let's dive in. Let's talk about, first of all, what is a conversion rate? So if you're hearing this word conversion rate or this phrase conversion rate, you may be wondering what it is. Well, conversion rate is just the percentage of people who view your product versus the percentage of people who purchase your product, okay? So to calculate your conversion rate by hand, it would be the number of units sold of that product, the number of people who purchased your product, divided by the number of people who viewed your product. Now, you can find your conversion rate very easily on TPT, either by looking at your product statistics page, which is going to tell you your overall conversion rate for all time that product has existed, or you can look inside of your TPT dashboard and you can sort by period of time. Okay, so let's start by talking about what is a good conversion rate. Okay, what's a good conversion rate? So a good conversion rate could be anywhere between 3 and 15%, just depending on a number of factors, okay? The price of your product is going to affect conversion rates. Obviously, higher priced resources or higher ticket items inside of your store, it's gonna have a lower conversion rate than, say, a $2 or $3 product versus a $200 or $300 product. It's just automatically going to be that there are gonna be fewer people who are willing to go ahead and make that investment in that $200 or $300 resource versus the $2 to $3 resource, okay? So price affects conversion rate. It's also going to be like the amount of competition that you have for that particular resource and where your traffic is coming from. That's going to be a really big deal as well. So where your views are coming from. How are people finding your product? So if I have a product that's priced under $10, in general, I want to see a conversion rate between 7 and 15%. Now, 15% would be very high. Actually, I would prefer for it to be between 7 and 12%. 15% is going to be kind of high, but we'll talk about that here in a second, why sometimes that can be okay. And if I have a resource that is priced over $10, between $10 and $20, I kind of want to see it between 5 and 7%. And if I have a resource that's, high ticket item, then I want to see that above 3%. Below 3%, I definitely want to consider making some adjustments to my resource, not necessarily pricing adjustments for a high ticket item below 3%. But if I have a lower ticket item, like say, a resource under $10, and if it's converting under 7%, then I want to kind of take a look at different factors there before I change the price, which we'll talk about the price here in a second, okay? So let's talk about when you shouldn't even be thinking about conversion rates. You shouldn't even be thinking about conversion rates on a product that has less than 500 views because you just don't have enough data on that product yet. And I've heard this time and time again where people are so obsessed with conversion rates that they'll raise the price on a product that has a conversion rate of 27%, but it only has like 40 views, okay? If your product is only getting 40 views a month, then the issue with your product is views. It's not with conversion rates. It's not with that. Like the reason you're not making the money that you want to make is not because your product is converting too high. It's because nobody can find your resource. And so if I am considering making a pricing adjustment or making changes to my product on a product that has less than 500 views, I need to actually figure out the views part first, okay? I need to make sure that I have enough data, accurate data in, because what that means is if I have a product that's converting really well at 40 views, that probably could be a couple of different things. It could be that the people who are finding my product, they really love my product, obviously. But it could be that the people who are finding my product are finding it because they're looking for something incredibly specific, okay? So I actually need to help more people find my product first, because a lot of times buyers will find or sellers will find that a product that is converting at 27% with 40 views is only converting at 7% with 500 views, okay? So we need to give it a little bit of time, all right? So let's talk about when we should consider lowering our prices. When should you consider lowering your prices? You should never consider lowering your prices if your product is priced at market value. So if similar resources inside of your niche are selling for the same price that you have your product listed at, then you should not lower your price, okay? What that means is the issue is not with your price. The issue is either with your product itself or it's with how you are presenting your product. So if my resource is not converting and it is priced at market value, then the issue is not with the price. The issue is with the product or with the way that I am presenting my product. So in that case, I don't need to consider lowering my prices. I need to look at the product itself, is my product itself equal in quality to the other products that are similar to it? And am I accurately representing my product? Do I have a good preview? Is my product description really clear? I'm gonna wanna look at all of those things before I consider lowering my prices at all. Okay, let's talk about raising your prices. When should you raise your prices? You should raise your prices if your conversion rate on a product under $10 is converting above 12%. That's when you should think about raising your prices. But there are other factors that I want to consider first. First of all, do I have 500 views on that product, right? Do I have an adequate amount of data to look at to begin with? And then the second thing that I want to think about is this product a part of a product line? If so, then are the other products inside this line of resources converting as well? Okay. Sometimes you'll find that the same types of resources that are in the same product line, they're just covering different topics. They have the same previews, they have the same covers, they have the same product description template. All of that stuff is the same, but some topics are converting better. Like, for example, I have a resource that converts at like 17% in the exact same product line as a product that converts at 2%. And they have the same preview templates, the same product description templates. It's just that one, for some reason, converts way better than the other, okay? And so if I have products across the board, if across the board inside of my product lines, they're all converting above 12% for an item under $10, then I'm definitely going to want to consider raising my prices. If, however, it's just one or two items in that product line that are converting above 12% and the rest are not converting nearly as well, or they're converting closer to that 5 to 7% range for a product under $10, then I want to think about a couple of things. The first thing I want to think about is it important to me, and this is a personal decision that you have to make for your own store, is it important to me that the prices of my products within this certain product line, that their pricing is consistent across my products? For some people, the answer is a yes. For me, it's a definite yes. Now, a lot of the reason that that's a definite yes for me has to do with the fact that I have a very strong returning customer rate. Okay, I have a lot of repeat buyers. And so because my repeat buyer rate is so high, I want to make sure that when a buyer purchases one of my products inside of a product line and they come back to my store, that they're not seeing that resource is priced higher, right? Well, I bought that last one for $3. How come this one's $4, right? That's just important to me. That's not necessarily to say that everybody has to do it that way. I know some very established, well-respected sellers who do not do it that way. So you just have to decide for yourself, if you have certain products inside of a product line that are converting higher than other products, then are you going to raise the prices on some products and leave other prices the same? Sometimes, though, it might be in your best interest to go ahead and raise the prices on all of them, even if you just have a few that are converting much higher, right? Those fewer that are converting much higher, they may end up making a lot more money for you. So if you have a couple of products inside of your product line that are big money makers inside of your store, raising your prices across the board by 25%, while you might find that there are some products that the conversion rate might drop a little bit, and you might lose some money on some of those products, you may more than make up for it with their best-selling products. So you just kind of have to weigh your options with that. But if the product is not a part of a product line and you don't have to make any of those considerations, then absolutely raise your prices. I would start by 25 cents, do it in 25-cent increments, 25 cents, then watch your data for a while. So the reason we want to do it in 25-cent increments is because that's going to give us some time to get some feedback and to see, is it going to continue to convert as well, especially if we're going above market value. So if current market value is $5 on a resource and I raise my product to $5.25, then I want to make sure that it's still going to convert just as well when it's priced above other products on the market, okay? So that's when I should consider raising my prices. I should consider raising my prices when I am getting an ample amount of views. I've got an ample amount of data on that product. My product is converting quite well. It's converting above average. And if that product is in a product line, when the other resources inside of that product line are converting similarly as well. or if it's ultimately going to make me more money. That's when I should think about raising my prices. All right. If you want to learn more about conversion rates and other things that are going to help you grow your Teachers Pay Teachers store, one of the best places to do that is inside of Rebranded Teacher Academy. Rebranded Teacher Academy is a monthly membership, a low-cost monthly membership at that helps you grow your business by giving you step-by-step strategies and goals every single month that's going to help you grow your business. You also get access to my course library, including my course for brand new TPT sellers, Selling 101, and my signature course, Strategic Growth. And you get access to my Quick Start library that allows you to pick a topic you want to learn more about, watch a short video over it, and then follow some step-by-step instructions to immediately implement what you learned inside of your business. If you want to learn more about Rebranded Teacher Academy and how to become a member, then you can find more information on that in the link inside of my description. All right, guys, I will see you in my next video.